Hello guys. Welcome to my tech world. The Oppo Find X3 Pro is the successor to the Find X2 Pro and features a lot of fine-tuning in terms of specifications. For instance, the smartphone now sports a newer SoC and more modern storage. RAM remains unchanged at 12GB, but only the 256GB storage variant is offered in this country. Last year it was 512GB. However, we can't rule out the possibility of more models coming to Europe. Oppo places a special focus on the camera, which uses an exclusive sensor from Sony for the first time, but this is time limited. The Chinese have installed it twice and also have an optical zoom on board, but they don't rely on extraordinarily long focal lengths, but go more in depth instead with a microscope camera. Oppo X3 Pro smartphone was launched on 11th of March 2021. The phone comes with a 6.70-inch touchscreen display with a resolution of 1440 by 3216 pixels at a pixel density of 525 pixels per inch. Oppo Find X3 Pro is powered by a 2.8 GHz octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 processor that features one core clocked at 2.8 GHz, 3 cores clocked at 2.4 GHz and 4 cores clocked at 1.7 GHz. It comes with 12GB of RAM. The Oppo Find X3 Pro runs Android 11 and is powered by a 4500 mAh battery. The Oppo Find X3 Pro supports proprietary fast charging. X3 Pro runs ColorOS 11.2, is based on Android 11 and packs 256GB of inbuilt storage. The Oppo Find X3 Pro is a dual SIM smartphone that accepts nano SIM and nano SIM cards. The Oppo Find X3 Pro measures 163.60 by 74.00 by 8.26 mm, height x width x thickness, and weighs 193.00 grams. It was launched in gloss black and blue colors. Connectivity options on the Oppo Find X3 Pro include Wi-Fi 802.11s, GPS, Bluetooth V5.20, NFC, and USB Type-C. Sensors on the phone include accelerometer, ambient light sensor, compass/magnetometer, gyroscope, proximity sensor, temperature sensor, and in-display fingerprint sensor. X3 Pro on the rear packs a 50-megapixel primary camera with an f/1.8 aperture, a 50-megapixel camera with an f/2.2 aperture, a 13-megapixel camera with an f/2.4 aperture, and a 5-megapixel camera with an f/3.0 aperture. It sports a 32-megapixel camera on the front for selfies with an f/2.4 aperture. In terms of performance, the Oppo Find X3 Pro has no problem running any game. The touchscreen's high touch latency ensures quick input implementation, and the two speakers provide appealing audio. In demanding titles like PUBG Mobile, the UHD setting can be selected, and no micro-stuttering is noticeable even then. Despite the 120Hz display, however, only a few games take advantage of the high refresh rate. Armajet, for example, offers 120Hz, but the game still only runs at 60 FPS. The older Dead Trigger 2, on the other hand, dynamically adjusts the rate up to 120 FPS. X3 Pro's surface temperatures can be quite high under load and exceeded 41 degrees Celsius, (106 degrees Fahrenheit), in some places in the test. These values aren't problematic, but they can become uncomfortable to the touch in the long run. Oppo doesn't manage to keep performance constant in the long run, either. After the 6th run of the 3DMark Wildlife stress test, performance drops repeatedly. The two speakers in the Oppo Find X3 Pro deliver a decent sound output, but lack dynamic range when it comes to mids in particular, which results in a lack of power in the sound. The sound output via the USB port or Bluetooth is better. The latter supports a wide range of codecs, SBC, AAC, APS, APS HD, APS Adaptive, APS DWS+, and LDAC, but not LC3. However, we expect a slightly longer update period than the 2 years promised for a smartphone that costs over €1,000, $1,195. At least the security patches should be distributed for a period of 3 to 4 years. It's also a pity that microSD support has been omitted and that storage space has been reduced compared with the predecessor. Oppo X3 Pro isn't officially available in the United States, but you can find it on Amazon with 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage for $1,177. This listing is currently available in blue, black, and white. Alternatively, there are some listings of the smartphone on eBay. Thank you for watching this video. Take care, stay safe and stay home. Goodbye everyone.